What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your second stimulus check update. I have new information from Nancy Pelosi regarding the next stimulus check. I also have another state and local program with rental assistance. Remember, the last one I went over in the last video was up to $5,000 for certain areas. I'm going to go over a new area and new people, new assistance for you guys in this video. And I have another clue for you guys of what is in the box. If you can guess what's in that box from my clues, you could get money directly from me. Also, I want to say we're going to be doing more what's in the box and giving away more money as we lead up to Christmas. So we're going to continue giving money to our viewers leading up to Christmas, with even more money coming in the future, more money per contest. So it's our way of giving back a little bit of stimulus from us to our viewers, because we consider you guys family, while we wait for the federal government to actually pass stimulus. We're actually getting more stimulus right now from our channel and from state and local governments, which is passing a lot of stimulus actually right now. So I will keep you guys updated with all the stimulus programs coming out. Don't forget to hit the like button for us down below. It really helps out our channel. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on new videos. We typically have new videos coming out at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, first up, Nancy Pelosi, the #2 person in charge now for the Democratic team. Joe Biden has now taken over the role of the #1 person in charge, even though he's not quite in office yet. When it comes to the Democrats, he's considered the presidential elect. Also, I get a lot of people that are upset when they hear Joe Biden is the president-elect, mainly Trump fans. And then I get a lot of people that are pro-Biden, and they're like, why aren't you calling him president-elect? So let's kind of go over this from a middle ground standpoint to try to make both sides happy with what's actually going on. So even though Joe Biden is categorically ahead in multiple states that Trump will have to overturn or get a contested election to have a chance at winning at this point, technically Joe Biden is not a president-elect, and let me show you why. So there's actually a process that you have to go through to be declared the winner of the presidential election. After Election Day, once a final tally of voters in person, mail in, and provisional ballots have been concluded, all 50 governors prepare their state's certificate of ascertainment, a document listing their electors for the competing candidates. Each state completes this process at its own rate. This year, because of the pandemic, finalizing the electoral vote count will likely take a lot longer. Once completed, copies of the certificate of ascertainment are then submitted to the U.S. archivist. After the governor of each state submits names to the archivist, each state's electoral college electors meet in the state capital, Washington, D.C., to formally cast their votes for the president and the vice president on the first Monday and the second Wednesday in December. This year, that's December 14th, 2020. Then on January 6th, Congress convenes to count the electoral votes and certify the winner of the election. So technically, none of that has happened because December 14th hasn't happened, January 6th hasn't happened. We haven't actually gone through that process. We do know from the mainstream media, whether you like them or not, they have reported the actual amounts of votes per state. That's kind of the most important part because, for example, when you see Joe Biden ahead in a certain state by 30,000 votes, well, that gives you a pretty clear idea of what's going to end up happening with the states. And that's when we see who's a projected winner. So that's where we get the term president-elect from, even though he's not technically president-elect. When you see results from 270 to win, who is not Democratic or Republican, they're just reporting each state's current votes. I like to use this map here because this one I can hover right on over and show you guys the exact votes. So for example, in Pennsylvania, Joe Biden is ahead by 1%, which equates to about 70,000 votes. It's very, very difficult for President Donald Trump to overturn 70,000 votes. It will be an extreme hard task. It's not impossible, but it will be very difficult. For President Donald Trump to win, he has to overturn completely Pennsylvania, Georgia, where he's losing by about 15,000 votes. He has to overturn Arizona also, where there's another 11,000 votes, and Nevada also, where he's losing by 30,000 votes. He has to overturn all four of these to become the president, at least if we go down that route. Now, if we look at him overturning all four, now remember, he can't overturn one, he can't overturn two, he can't overturn three. He has to overturn all four of them to have enough votes to win. If Joe Biden even wins one of them, say Pennsylvania, with all these other states that he's ahead in, just like all these other states that Trump is ahead in, these states are pretty much locked in. I mean, they're 99% certain. Anything could happen, but when we look at a state like Kentucky, where Trump is ahead 62% to 36%, there's almost no way that Joe Biden can come ahead in that particular state. So I hope that clears things up. What Trump is trying to do is he's trying to process lawsuits in these battleground states that he's losing, and he's also trying to push for a contested election by saying that there's mass fraud in these states and they have to be thrown out. And if they get a contested election, then the U.S. House of Representatives will vote on who the president is. It'll be a very difficult task for that to happen, but if that does happen, the interim or the temporary president will become Nancy Pelosi, who is the current Speaker of the House, as long as she's reelected. Dare I say she's reelected next year. But then the U.S. House of Representatives will cast one vote per state based on if they're controlled by Republican or Democrat. And currently, President Donald Trump would be declared the winner because the majority of states are actually Republican. Joe Biden comes ahead because of states like California that has 55 electoral votes. I mean, that's worth 5 to 10 states worth just in California. And Joe Biden has, California and New York, those are worth like 85 electoral votes or 80 electoral votes combined, where President Donald Trump actually has the lead in the amount of states that he won. Next up, House Speaker and number 2 leader of the Democrats in the House, Nancy Pelosi, has declared a, quote, red alert on stimulus. She says, quote, our focus in the lame duck session, which is basically the session right now until January when new Congress and new president comes in, continues to be on new virus relief stimulus packages. This is a red alert. She says, I urge Republicans to acknowledge the crisis and come to the table to work on new stimulus relief. Nancy Pelosi also calls Mitch McConnell a, quote, yes man, and says his power will diminish when the Biden administration comes in January. She says that Mitch McConnell will have less power in Congress once President-elect Joe Biden takes office. Speaking to reporters during her weekly news conference, she called Mitch McConnell a, quote, yes man, who she claimed showed up in her office saying, quote, I'm not doing anything Donald Trump doesn't want. She says, so to me, that was like an abdication of your first branch of government responsibility. Quote, you're just going to do whatever the president wants? No, this is a separation of power, something very, very important. The genius of our Constitution. The good news is that President Donald Trump has just recently tweeted over the last 24 hours that he still wants stimulus and still wants it to be done, saying Congress must do a new stimulus relief bill, needs Democrats' support. Make it big and focused and get it done. So regarding Mitch McConnell and President Donald Trump, they still want stimulus, even if he is, quote, a yes man coming from Nancy Pelosi. President Donald Trump still wants stimulus. Even if he does end up losing this election, I have to be fair to both my Trump and my Democrat supporters, so I try to stay down the middle. Anytime I say something like President-elect Joe Biden, I get 100 comments from Trump supporters bashing me. And then if I don't call him President-elect Joe Biden, I get 100 Democrats bashing me in the comments saying, he's the president-elect. So, yeah, just give me a break here. But even if Trump doesn't win this election, he probably will run again in 2024. So he's still going to want to put his best foot forward and say that he did as much for the economy and the American people as he could. Okay, next up, I want to give you guys another rental assistance program. Yesterday, we went over St. Louis and Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia is actually giving up to $5,000 in rental and mortgage assistance to their residents. And St. Louis is also, in case you didn't miss that, there's a brief recap. But here today, we're going to go over the entire state of Arkansas has a new rental assistance program to start in the next few days. This article is actually a few days old, so it's probably just starting now. And they are actually giving up to $10 million in grants from the Arkansas Economic Development Commission and the CARES Act money, which was the first stimulus package. So again, if you're from Arkansas, I recommend that you Google and look up this program because they're giving away $10 million, which is up to 2.5 months of rent eligible to Arkansans. Arkansarians? How do you say that? Arkansans? Arkansarians? Yeah. So there you go. That is for today. Arkansas, the entire state, is providing mortgage and rental assistance. Of course, you'll have to qualify for whatever their stipulations are. But if you're from Arkansas, you know anybody from the entire state of Arkansas, I recommend you look into that. Also, share this video. Share this video on Facebook. There's a share button down below so that other people like you might know about these programs. I'm going to be going over at least one program per day. Yesterday was St. Louis and Atlanta. We've covered other states, and I will be having more for you going forward in the next few videos. At least one state or large city or county per day. So make sure you stay tuned so you don't miss out on those. Okay, and next I want to give you the next clue to what's in the box. If you can guess what's in that box, you could receive $125 directly from us. If you guess correctly, you're entered into the pool of people who have guessed correctly. From there, we will pick 2 people to receive $125 from us for a total of $250 this time around. Also, we will be doing more money and more people as we get closer to Christmas. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on upcoming videos because we're going to be giving away thousands of dollars before Christmas to kind of help out our viewers because I honestly consider you guys family. So the clue for what is in the box today is the item in the box has movies about it. Okay, let me say that again slightly differently. The item in the box has had movies made about it. So the item in the box has had movies made about what is in the box. Say it a couple different ways. Hope that makes sense there. If you think you know what's in the box, leave a comment down below. That's all you have to do. And you can leave as many comments as you want, as many guesses as you want. I will have a new clue coming for you in the next couple videos. Every video, one clue. 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for new clues. You can click the bell icon and all notifications if you want to get notifications when we go live about stimulus, the election, the pandemic, these state and local stimulus programs. I cover it all for you so you guys don't have to. You can click on this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check videos next. And this video teaches you how to start your own business selling products on Amazon FBA. I have dozens of students that have replaced their entire 9-to-5 income by selling products on Amazon, and I teach them how to do that. Click on one of those videos to watch them next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.